The city of Bloomington wants to help residents with reproductive care.
The city took action on a proposal to provide $100,000 in funding tonight. Danielle Zolkowski joins us now with the outcome. Danielle?
Well, the Bloomington City Council is transferring that $100,000 from the general fund to emergency reproductive health care grants to address the state's abortion ban. The city says the one caveat is all federal, state, and local laws must be followed when utilizing this grant funding.
And that passes 9-0-0.
It was a relatively quick discussion from the Bloomington City Council when deciding to make funding available for organizations that provide reproductive health care.
Certainly, abortion is a polarizing issue and people feel very strongly about it. But the context in which I'm thinking about this work is that of reproductive health care and reproductive justice on a broad level. And so with that, I'll be supporting this ordinance. 5
people participated in the public comment. 2 were in support of the ordinance and 3 against.
What we are seeing is a crisis of both reproductive access need and access care and of diaper need. And we will certainly be in support of this, but we urge people to think about not only the immediate need of helping support people accessing abortion care, but what will happen 6 months from now.
The life of every man, woman, and child is from God, and it is a sacred gift. You and I do not have the right to decide who gets to live and who does not, no matter how inconvenient or even how painful that person's existence may be. Even if you're not sure when life begins, that's even more of a reason to defend the unborn.
The city's legal counsel explains this funding came from the general fund and was not taken away from any other group.
The funding provided through this program is provided for lawful use. And so we intend for the grantees to use the funds in ways that are lawful under valid state, federal, and local law.
There is $100,000 available for use in the remainder of 2022 and another $100,000 for 2023. In the newsroom, Danielle Zolkowski, WishTV, WishTV.com, and follow us on Facebook.